Several years ago, my wife and I were right here at church. And we had a chance to hear about our mission of the month, Pack-a-Sack for Kids. Our church, Palm Harbor United Methodist, provides backpacks of food to kids in need to a couple of schools in Pinellas County. I heard it and I thought to myself, what a great idea. I've got needy kids at my school too. And at the time, I was principal at Gulfside Elementary in Pasco, a high poverty school in Holiday. We had lots of kids who showed us the signs of being a chronically hungry kid. These were the kinds of kids who can't wait to get their school breakfast in the morning, kids always wanting seconds at lunch, kids who hoard their food, and those who ask their teacher for something to eat during the school day. I took the idea back to my teachers. I asked everyone I knew, all our school business partners, local businesses near my school, if they would be interested in helping us, but I didn't have much luck. One thing led to another, and the next thing we knew, Petty Templeton and her wonderful team from One Community Now were knocking at our door asking to be our Pack-a-Sack partner. One Community Now works fast, so not too much time went by before we were up and running, with more than 60 kids taking home Pack-a-Sacks every weekend and multiple bags over the holidays. A wonderful support for our kids. I shared the good news with some of my principal friends, and before you know it, the idea and the programs began to grow.
I'm Janessa Moore. I'm a program director with One Community Now. So in 2011, we had the privilege of partnering with Chris Clayton at Gulfside to really get the Pack-a-Sack program started. So the Pack-a-Sack program is a weekend feeding program dealing with food insecurity in Pasco County. We find that kids that are dealing with food insecurity maybe will have their last meal at school on Friday and not eat again until they come back to school on Monday morning. And so the program exists to make sure that kids have food at home over the weekend. One Community Now works to meet this need by partnering churches, businesses, organizations with schools in our community, so that way the food can go into the schools, the social workers can identify the kids that need it, and it gets sent home over the weekend.
Count to 3 and say a prayer. Down for love and up for
I'm Liz Coons. I do parent involvement at Gulf Middle School. This is the start of my 5th year here.
Water for a thirsty soul. Water for a thirsty soul.
So here at Gulf Middle School, we have over 1,000 students. 88% of them are on free or reduced lunch. That makes us a Title I school. So with that comes additional needs of our students. One of those is just the issue of chronic hunger. So that's where Pack-a-Sack comes into play at our school. Our Pack-a-Sack partner is St. Thomas Aquinas Church. They have been a wonderful blessing to our school. So we are fortunate to have witnessed the impact that a church can have on a school community.
I'm Mary Miller, and I coordinate the pastoral ministries here at St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church. The Pack-a-Sack program, we became involved with it in 2016, and Liz Coons, who works at the school, she does a great job, and our parish now feeds 40 children at Gulf Middle School.
I'm coming alive with you. I'm coming alive with you.
I remember a day when a student came to me. It was the end of the school day. He was about to go home, and he said to me, well, I'm going to have to go home and scrounge around for some food. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we really don't have any food, and my mom doesn't get paid until Friday. This was Tuesday. We took him down to Student Services where we keep the Pack-a-Sack food, and we showed him a Pack-a-Sack bag. We got one out, we opened it up, And we showed him what was inside of it, and his eyes just lit up. He just couldn't believe what he was looking at. And we said, would you like to take some of those home today? And he said yes. So we sent him home with bags of food, and I'll never forget it, what that did for him that day, just knowing that he had a meal that night to go home to.
One of my favorite things about the PACASAC program is that it opens the doors to further relationship. When we see a church come alongside a school, they get their foot in the door, right? They get to know the teachers and the staff and build trust. And so then very quickly we see the school will turn to their church partner, their business partner, and ask for help down the road. And so we've seen PACASAC open the doors to so much more.
What initially started out as a partnership between the church and Gulf Middle through PACASAC has really blossomed into much more than that. St. Thomas Aquinas Church has provided us with volunteers that support us. They, of course, pack the food for us every week for our PACASAC students. They provide a volunteer to transport the food to us every single week. They have been guest speakers for our students. They have helped us in our treasure chest. They've really been a blessing. And without One Community Now, I don't think any of this would be possible. I don't know how we would do what we do at Gulf Middle without them.
I just think with One Community Now, it's just so cool because it is one community now. You know, you just see everybody coming together, and it's just been a wonderful opportunity for our parish to be able to partner with the community and with other churches in the community to serve the community.
So right now we are in 34 schools, and over 30 partners, which is churches or businesses or organizations, come in and partner with those schools to make sure those kids have enough food.
So the stories you hear at Gulf Middle, if you can multiply that by 33 different schools, the impact is incredibly far-reaching. So we are grateful to One Community Now for everything they've done.
So the PACASAC program right now feeds over 1,300 kids in our community, and that is just continuing to grow. And that's all because of our partners. We wouldn't be able to do this without all of the churches and the businesses and the organizations that step up to make sure that kids do not go hungry in our community.
Jesus Christ isn't present here on earth like he was over 2,000 years ago. We have to be his hands and feet. We have a responsibility to help anyone that we can.
Overjoyed, water for a thirsty soul, water for a thirsty soul. Baptize me into your love. Oh, my spirit's overcome.